What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode here on WrestleStar, presented by RSWrestlingNews.com. Today we are going to be discussing the interesting comments made by one Ric Flair in regards to Vinnie Mac, as well as Mercedes Mone's latest status with New Japan, potentially AEW, and who knows, maybe even WWE. So let's get into it. Mercedes Mone. It was reported over the weekend that she had signed a contract extension with Bushiroad, which is the parent company of New Japan and Stardom, in which two promotions that she has been working for since January after getting her WB release, and she signed with them. She made her promotional debut at the Wrestle Kingdom event in January, where she confronted Kairi, to later set up the following month, where she defeated Kairi, the fellow former WB star, to win the IWGP Women's Championship. Now, this past weekend at a Stardom show, Mercedes Mone dropped the title and then announced that she was going to go back to the United States in Long Beach, California to work the New Japan Resurgence show on May 21st, where we do not know who she's working with, but that is that. Once she signed that contract extension, a lot of people thought, including myself, okay, she's going to work a few more dates. According to Fightful Select, that may not be the case. The only thing that they know is the deal, and I love this, and everyone should praise Monet for this. I love the fact that there is continuous speculation about her contract status. It's not like she's locked in for, the next 6 months, or she's locked in for the next 3 months. It's like, well, this could be her last match with New Japan. What? No, this isn't her last match with New... I like that aspect. I think that's cool. I think that's good of her to do. In regards to where things go from here, it's reported that Stardom is more than willing to work with her again, although they'd have to redo a deal. They have to make a new deal come up. And she could obviously, make a new deal with New Japan as well. Or have New Japan inside of that deal. Whatever. I think it's very possible that she goes to AEW next. Because she could always go and work New Japan. And she could always go and work Stardom. I don't think she's going back to WB anytime soon. Now, this report also did state that she is looking at doing more TV and movie projects. So she could take a few months off from wrestling, kind of build up interest once again, and then go from there. But the way that she's been able to market herself, I think, has been brilliant. And I think that she should get more credit for that. But it is, it's very interesting to see where she goes from here. Now, switching, Ric Flair. He was on the Joe Rogan Experience, where he talked to, obviously, Joe Rogan about various topics, including his career and his life and everything like that, which has been heavily documented and including a very, very, very good Peacock documentary that came out this past December. Anyway, so during it, Rogan had brought up and asked Flair what he thought of the Vince McMahon scandal. Now, obviously, last July, Vinnie Mac, he retired, resigned, whatever terminology you want to use. He disappeared from WWE World for about 6 months due to the sexual misconduct scandal last July. Before he forced his way back into the company this past January, where he assumed the role of executive chairman of the board, where he then explored a sale, which ultimately became a acquisition from the Endeavor Group, with the idea of WB merging into a new company with the UFC, a name that will later be revealed, but that transaction is slated to take place later this year. Now, it's important to note that he didn't do anything wrong necessarily. Vince did, he didn't commit a crime or anything. It's just, it was a very sleazy kind of thing. And then it got bad once he started paying off these women. And that's where it got bad. And, just hush money, and then God only knows what's happened, right? It's just not a good situation, right? And then you throw in the Rita Chatterson situation, where he actually settled with her for multi-millions of dollars after she accused him of raping her back in, I believe, 1986. It's just, you put one puzzle piece to the other, to the other, to the other, and it's not a one-time thing, or like, he made a mistake. Like, there's no defending this guy. That's my point. Like, you can't defend him. You just can't. And Flair actually called Vince his hero after being asked about it. So this is what Flair said. And this is kind of going back and forth. Flair's like, he's my hero. And Rogan said, that guy's an animal. And then Flair responded, I judge people by how they treat me, and he has treated me like I've never had anyone treat me with more respect ever in this business. He's a great guy. I don't care what he does. He's my hero. I think Vince McMahon being a hero is probably one of the last things that you would say about him. But Flair did it. And you just can't do it. You just can't. But it was a bad look by Flair. But, oh well. That's the latest. And please, y'all, check out the site. Subscribe to the channel for more wrestling content. And I will see y'all in the next video.